Hello and welcome back to Flute Tip of the Week. So I know at the last video I mentioned that I was so happy that I didn't have to record on my computer anymore, but yeah, so I stand corrected. I'm currently in Oslo in Norway, and I gotta say it's an incredible country. Well, at least it's an incredible city. I haven't actually visited the rest of the country. And right now I am in Frogner Park, which is also home to the amazing Statue Park. It's just an incredible place. I'm going to be posting lots of pictures of this on my Instagram, so you've definitely got to check it out. Also, one of my favorite authors is from here, Joe Nesbo, who wrote a fantastic crime series, and the next time I'm in Oslo, I'm going to have to make sure I'm here on a Tuesday night, because that is when they do a tour of the city that is based on this book series that I absolutely love. Anyway, I thought that today would be as good a day as any to talk about some essentials that any flutist would need to bring or would like to bring whenever they travel. When you're a traveling musician, it's important to have a set of items that you bring with you that don't take very much room, fit all your needs, and work if you don't use any checked luggage. So I'm going to give a few examples of things that I always bring as my kind of travel essentials. My favorite study book is Moy's Gamme Arpège, and the reason why is that it basically allows you to do everything you need. It has every single scale, arpeggio, and inversion that you could possibly need to be able to work out your fingers. Since it always works between octaves and in interesting intervals, it means that it helps you work with the flexibility of your embouchure. And also, depending on what speed you decide to do it at, it is very good for doing tone development and making sure that you have a clear sound and an even sound that's consistent through all the registers. Personally, no matter what, I always bring my really big metronome, because you never know if you're going to be in a noisy place where you won't be able to hear what you're doing, especially if you have a metronome that isn't very loud as an application on your phone or tablet. Always have a little screwdriver and a hook that you can use for minor maintenance problems should your flute break down, and if you're in a place that doesn't have a designated place for you to be able to get repairs done. This one might seem a little bit scary to some people because not only do we always hope that our flute is going to stay completely safe while we're traveling, but also most people will be a little bit nervous when doing some minor repairs on their own instrument. That's why it's important to have a general understanding of the tightness you need for various screws, how you can help with the springs if they get a little bit too weak and aren't reacting to your key work properly, or doing minor repairs such as bending your keys if you have an accident with your case and drop it while you're traveling. If you have auditions or rehearsals or any sort of concert where you need to have performance wear, make sure that this is something that will work in various temperatures that will not take a lot of room in your suitcase. For instance, pick a long sleeve shirt that is easy to roll up the sleeves. This means that if it's quite cold, you can have it fold down. If it's warm, you can have it rolled up and be able to have a little bit of extra breathing room. And also, don't pack high heels if you're a girl, because this takes a lot of room that is completely unnecessary. And also, you don't really want to be worried about if you have to walk to the concert hall or the audition room and you have a bunch of stairs to go on, and you want to be comfortable. So not only for packing space, but also for your general comfort, try to have a nice pair of flat shoes that fit really well in your small bag. Try to minimize on the amount of sheet music you bring. There are various ways to do this. For example, if you know that there is a specific page in the piece that you're working on, whereas the rest of the piece you're comfortable with, just scan that one page and keep it somewhere flat so that you don't have to bring the extra weight of the rest of the piece or the score, and also you're able to make sure that it doesn't get too rumpled so that it's difficult to use while you're practicing. I am a huge believer in this application called Score. I think it's only available for iPad right now, but it only costs about $5. And what it does is you scan your music library into it and you're able to organize it by composer, genre, and various other things so that you're able to have a well-organized arrangement of all of your pieces. And this means that instead of having a binder full of your music or a whole stack of scores that you're using, you have this one item that holds everything that you could possibly work on, as well as be able to maybe sight read some studies so that you can keep your mind going. If available, have a really light and small music stand that you can use. You never know if you're going to be in a hotel room that doesn't have any tables that would support your music properly, Or if you prefer standing, you might not have anything to prop your music on that's high enough. So if possible, try to bring a light music stand. And finally, some things that I personally think are really important to bring with you whenever you're traveling that aren't necessarily music related are portable chargers, so that if you're on the train and you're using your phone a lot for directions, that you don't suddenly run out of power and just leave you hanging in a country where you don't speak the language. Have a deck of cards with you so that you can play card games if you're sitting at a cafe and waiting for something to happen, because this also will reserve battery on your electronic devices so that, again, you don't get stranded somewhere. Make one printed piece of paper with all your directions, addresses, and important phone numbers. Again, you can't always trust technology to work when you absolutely need it to. And bring a camera if your phone doesn't have a good camera on it. You never know if you're going to find something absolutely beautiful and make a memory that you don't want to lose. So again, that tip was, if you're traveling and don't have a lot of space in your bag, make a list of the bare essentials that get everything you need done while reserving space and reducing the amount of weight that you have to carry. I hope you find this tip helpful. This is the kind of thing that is really important for people who are always away doing auditions or doing lots of concerts, but aren't necessarily the best at packing. So until next week, flute happy, pack happy, and enjoy where you're going. You might not get a chance to see it again, and always cherish where you are. First time in ages that I've had the chance to be able to visit somewhere after doing any kind of work. I never get vacations, but the sculpture park is just incredible. And Oslo is a beautiful city. Go there. I don't think flights from the EU are very expensive, so there's a little advert for you.